Have you ever wondered what really goes on behind the scenes in the football transfer market? I mean, beyond the headlines about star players moving or, those last-second deals that just collapse.
Oh, yeah. It's like this high-stakes chess match, isn't it? Every single move, big or small, has these massive consequences. It's fascinating.
It really is. And that's what we're doing here today in this deep dive. We want to cut through all the noise, all the speculation.
Right to the core of it.
Exactly. Give you the crucial bits, the confirmed here we go moments, and really the why does this actually matter?
Part. And for this, we're relying on the best insights out there.
Absolutely. Our source for this deep dive comes straight from the master himself, Fabrizio Romano. He's really the definitive voice on transfers.
He truly is. Romano just has this way of peeling back the layers, doesn't he? Giving you not just the what, but often a hint of the why.
Totally. So you should buckle up. Today we're diving into some pretty seismic shifts happening right now in European football. We'll focus hard on Manchester United first. There's a huge clear-out going on there.
For a real shakeup.
Then we'll look at Barcelona, their big ambitions, some near misses too, and then broaden out to other key moves shaping the market.
Sounds great. Lots to unpack.
Definitely. And hey, before we start in, just a quick reminder, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future deep dives like this one. Okay.
Good call.
Right, let's get straight into it. Manchester United. Fabrizio Romano is calling this a revolution. And what's really striking is that it's not just players pushing to leave.
No, it seems like the club is actively driving this. It's a mutual thing for a lot of these players, which feels different.
It really does. It signals a huge reshaping, right? A clear statement from the new management, from the coach.
Definitely. It feels less like just trimming the squad and more like a strategic realignment, a specific vision taking shape.
And right at the forefront of this is Marcus Rashford. Romano clarified something important here. Rashford lost his number 10 shirt.
Yeah, to Matheus Cunha, the new signing. That's, wow, that's symbolic.
It is. And Romano's point is, it's not just Rashford wanting out. United also wants to part ways. This apparently started brewing back in January, and now it's happening this summer.
And it seems everyone's aligned. Management, the coach, Ruben Amorim, the player, all heading in the same direction, as Romano put it.
Which is pretty unusual for such a high-profile exit, isn't it? No big public fight, just agreement.
Very rare. It shows a really decisive stance from the club.
And the immediate effect. Rashford won't be showing up for training right away. United's giving him time, basically, to find a new club.
So the door's wide open. He's officially not part of the project anymore.
Exactly. Which is, pretty major for someone once seen as the face of the club.
It really makes you think, doesn't it, about their long-term strategy? Moving on such a big name so decisively. It says a lot.
It's bold. And Alejandro Garnacho. Almost the same story. Romano was blunt. It's over between Garnacho and Man United.
Just like that.
Yep. He's going, he wants to go, United wants him to go, they've agreed to part ways. And like Rashford, no immediate training. He can stay away from Carrington, look for a solution.
And Romano mentioned Garnacho's preference.
Yeah, crucially, his priority is staying in the Premier League. He loves it there, wants to continue in England.
Even with interest from Bayer Leverkusen in Italy.
Apparently so. That desire to stay in the Prem will likely shape where he ends up. It says a lot about the league's poll,
Absolutely. The financial power, the prestige.
Yeah.
It keeps players there.
And this clear out, it just keeps going, Anthony. Also out of training, United wants him gone. Betis are interested, but that's salary.
Always the sticking point, isn't it? Especially moving from a Premier League wage.
It really is.
Yeah.
Then Jadon Sancho, another big name, also not training. There were links to Fenerbahce, but Juventus seemed keen.
But again, the money.
Yeah. Exactly. Romano says Sancho's huge salary is the main hurdle for Juventus. It's just a massive stumbling block.
It highlights the financial gap, even between pop leads sometimes.
And finally, Tyrell Malacia. Also out of the project, not coming to training. United looking for a solution for him after his loan back at PSV Eindhoven ended.
Wow. So Rashford, Garnacho, Anthony, Sancho, Malacia. That's quite a list.
It's huge. So what does it all mean for United? It feels like a total reset, doesn't it? A fundamental reshaping of the squad.
Yeah, it really feels like they're drawing a line under previous eras. Maybe bringing in a much stricter approach to who fits tactically and culturally.
A very specific vision being implemented, perhaps.
Seems like it. Right. Less about past reputation, more about future fit.
Okay, so from that drama at Old Trafford, let's shift over to Spain. Barcelona. They're also navigating a tricky transfer window, trying to boost their attack.
Yeah, Barca's situation is... Yeah, well, it's fascinating. Loads of ambition, but hitting some serious financial walls, it seems. Definitely. They aim high, But getting deals over the line, tougher. The Nico Williams saga is a perfect example.
Oh, absolutely. What happened there exactly?
Well, Fabrizio Romano confirmed that the deal's completely off. Nico Williams to Barcelona, not happening.
Really? Why not?
He actually just extended his contract with Athletic Bilbao all the way to 2035. So, yeah, door slammed shut.
Wow, okay. That's a big blow for Barca. He was a major target.
Huge. And it just shows, doesn't it? Even when things look close, deals can just evaporate. Player decisions, contract details.
For sure. So how do they react? Do they have plan B?
Instantly, it seems. Romano reports that right after the Williams deal collapsed, Barcelona decided, let's try again for Luis Diaz.
From Liverpool. But didn't Liverpool already say no to Bayern and even to Barca themselves earlier?
They did. That's why Romano says it's not going to be an easy one. Liverpool shut the door pretty firmly, but Barca want to push hard again, make a new approach.
That's persistent. Shows how much they want that specific type of player, I guess. They're not giving up easily.
Seems not. And with Williams off the table, Diaz jumps right back to the top of their list.
Interesting. And where does Marcus Rashford fit into this picture for Barcelona? You mentioned him earlier.
Right. Romano revealed Rashford would be very keen on moving to Barcelona, like really open to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And get this. Romano says he's been saying since January that Rashford would love the Barca move. He's basically been waiting for them.
Huh. So with a Rashford now clearly available, that changes things. It shows how connected everything is, right? One player leaving United suddenly becomes a top option for Barca.
Exactly. Especially a player they've apparently admired for a while.
So Barcelona, they're juggling a lot, big targets, big hurdles, needing to pivot quickly when things fall through. It's a real high wire act.
It really is. That domino effect you mentioned earlier. One deal collapses, attention immediately snaps to the next big target. Constant motion.
Requires incredible agility from the club, doesn't it? Planning for multiple scenarios, ready to move fast.
Definitely. Okay, let's widen the lens a bit. Look at some other key transfers shaking things up around Europe. Some done deals, some still very much up in the air.
Yeah, good idea. Gives us a broader sense of the market's flow. It's not just the huge clubs making moves.
Exactly. So first up, confirm, here we go, from Fabrizio, Jonathan David to Juventus.
Oh, the Canadian striker. That's a good signing for you.
Yeah, 5-year contract. He'll be a new striker for their coach, Igor. Seems like a solid move to bolster their attack.
Definitely. Shows intent. A long-term commitment, too, with that contract length.
Okay, now for something unexpected. Kyle Walker, leaving Manchester City for Burnley.
Wait, Burnley? Seriously? The newly promoted side?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Romano called it a really surprising move. Potential package is around £5 million, but it depends on him playing a lot, like 70% of games, and Burnley staying up.
Wow. That's, yeah, surprising is the word. I mean, we knew he was leaving City, wasn't in Pep's plans, but Burnley.
Right. It's quite the step. But that deal structure is interesting too, isn't it?
Very. Shows how clubs manage risk, especially with moves like that. Performance incentives, survival clauses. Smart, really. Protects Burnley a bit.
Definitely. Okay, shifting to Arsenal. Still some movement there. They're still talking to Nuno Mendes's camp. The player's apparently open to it, but no bid to Chelsea yet.
Right. Mendes, lots of potential there. And what about Rodrigo, the Real Madrid winger?
Ah, yes, Rodrigo. Arsenal's appreciation is crystal clear. Romano says Arteta, the management, everyone at the club loves him.
But there's always a but, isn't there?
Pretty much. Appreciation is one thing, a deal is another. Right now, Romano says there's no concrete negotiation, no bid, not even a contract offer discussed with the player.
Why not if they like him so much?
2 big reasons. He'd be very expensive. And crucially, Real Madrid aren't desperate to sell. It seems Rodrigo will only leave if he decides he wants to go.
So the power's really with the player and Real Madrid in this case.
Exactly. So for Arsenal and Rodrigo, Romano says it's still very early stages. Lots needs to happen.
Okay, got it. What about Victor Osimhen? That saga feels like it's been rumbling on forever.
Still no breakthrough is the short answer. Release clause is still there, 75 million euros.
And who's actually pushing for him?
Mainly Al Hilal from Saudi Arabia and Galatasaray from Turkey. Romano says they keep working on a deal. Juventus apparently made a call recently too, but it's Al Hilal and Galatasaray who are really pushing.
Interesting mix of clubs and no Man United interest, despite their clear out.
Romano specifically mentioned no concrete talks between United and Napoli for Osimhen at the moment.
Right, so that 75 million clause, it's proving a barrier, even with strong interest. Shows the financial realities.
Definitely. And one more quick one from Arsenal. Takehiro Tomiyasu. Contract terminated by mutual agreement.
Oh, okay. another piece moving there.
So if you pull all these threads together, what does it show you about the market right now?
It's just this incredibly complex web, isn't it? Player desires, club strategies, pure finances, agent influence, all colliding constantly. Things change so fast.
It's relentless. Every decision seems connected to 5 others. It's like this giant frantic puzzle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What stands out most to you from all these stories?
Just the sheer scale of change at some clubs, like United, and the ambition mixed with frustration at others, like Barca, and then these surprise moves like Walker. It keeps you guessing, that's for sure.
Yeah, never a dull moment.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. We've gone deep into the transfer market chaos, really highlighting how fast-paced and interconnected it all is. We saw that huge reshaping at Manchester United. Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho, others all heading out. A real statement.
Definitely. And Barcelona's persistent, maybe even desperate hunt for attacking firepower, hitting roadblocks, but still pushing for guys like Diaz and maybe Rashford.
Right, plus all those other moves, David de Juve, Walker's surprise switch, the ongoing sagas like Osimhen and Rodrigo. It's a whirlwind.
It really paints a picture of clubs making massive calls, doesn't it? Calls that go way beyond just next season's results. They feel foundational.
Exactly. And that brings us to our final thought, something for you to chew on. What if these huge changes, these squad overhauls, what if they're not just about winning trophies next year?
What else could they be about?
What if it's about redefining the entire identity of these massive clubs for the next, say, 10 years? How might these decisions today fundamentally reshape the whole landscape of European football down the line?
That's a big question. The long-term impact.
Yeah.
Shifting power balances, changing financial realities, maybe even altering fan connections to clubs undergoing such drastic changes.
It's definitely something to think about as these new squads start coming together.
Yeah.
The ripple effects could be enormous.
For sure.
So let us know what you think about all this. Victor Osimhen's future, Rodrigo to Arsenal maybe, that huge clear out at United. Drop your thoughts below.
Yeah, we'd love to hear them.
And please remember to like this deep dive if you found it insightful. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. And of course, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us keep doing these.
It does. Thanks for joining in.
Thanks everyone. We'll see you on the next deep